It's just with like what you're doing. Is it enough?
Don't
Are you earning
all
enough?
over yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so it's really hard to hear. Keep going. Don't quit. It's going to get better. Stay consistent. And you really have to believe in what you're doing. You really have to know yourself. You really have to. You really do need grit.
What is up, guys? This is episode 22 of the Seed Time and Harvest podcast with my main man, my teammate, my running partner, Alex Chapman. And we were talking about a new topic, something we've never talked about before. We've never, ever discussed this. It's keeping it simple. Keep going. That's the topic of today. So why don't you kick us off, dude? Because I know you got a lot of thoughts on this, bro.
No, I mean, and we were flowing before the meeting.
Like we got to cut the mic on.
Well, dude, it's like it is a topic where it gets kind of overused. Mm-hmm. Like but right now, I mean, just starting into it, right? Like I was on a call this morning. We have a big flex team in Denver. We're doing some good things. I thought we were doing great things. We're doing some good things, right? So we were on a call this morning of a team that's gone into like 7 different markets. And basically, like they opened up their whole book to us. And so when anybody opens up their book to you, it is like I mean, you're not on my level. So here you go. You can look at everything we've done. If you want to do all this stuff, by the time you accomplish what we did, we're already going to be here. Like we're so far ahead of where you guys are now that we feel comfortable giving you our recipe.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's a humbling conversation no matter what. And so while we're on the call, it was like, man, how long have you been in the business? 21 years. All right. I'm only not even half that yet. I'm 9 years in. How long have you been doing this? Oh, here's all the mistakes we made. Here's what we're doing. And it's like, I think more than ever as an entrepreneur, you do have to check yourself regularly, right? Because you constantly think that you could be doing more, you could be earning more, you could be that you should be earning more, that you should be doing more. Like really your battle isn't usually with whatever industry or whatever you're doing. It's just with like what you're doing. Is it enough?
Are
you
earning
enough?
All over yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so it's really hard to hear. Keep going. Don't quit. It's going to get better. Stay consistent. And you really have to believe in what you're doing. You really have to know yourself. You really have to, you really do need grit. Mm-hmm. You need grit. And it is a fucking distracting world. Like the world we live in is so frustrating. I came in, was talking to Alvi and was like, I saw someone out there and he was reading through ChatGPT and it was an email he was sending through ChatGPT. And I walked in and I'm like, dude, I'm glad ChatGPT is here, because it's helped me. I'm sure it's helped you. It's like, it's great. But now when I get a response from someone, I don't really have a gauge of who they are. Mm-hmm. Right? Like you used to be able to like text somebody or email someone and how they responded. You're like, oh, this guy, like he's kind of a dick, or he's, he's look at his grammar, or he's right to the point, or geez, he structured this email really poorly. You could kind of see the level of person. Now everyone looks like a fucking genius. Yeah. Everyone's thing is bullet pointed, done, organized, and all they did was write this much in the beginning. And then a lot of people aren't doing it right, and they're taking the shortcuts. So even with ChatGPT, people are just doing the bare minimum. And so I'm really having a hard time with the today's society and the young workers or entrepreneurs, like these fake little entrepreneurs that
the wantrepreneurs.
Yeah, the wantrepreneurs. That's great. But like, because the conversation that you and I have with ourselves and with others constantly is, you got to keep going, bro. Mm-hmm. You're a year in, you're 2 years in, you're 5 years in. Actually, if you're 21 years in, like the guys I was talking to today, guess what? They're got to keep going, right? And so it is a tormenting journey. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is an ongoing battle, and I don't know if you ever master it, because depending on how hard you're wanting to work or what legacy or future you're trying to build, your keep going is really just until you die. Yeah. Then you've gone. Yeah. Then you've gone. Mm-hmm. So it's I mean, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated just because we work with a lot of people that tell you they want something. Mm-hmm. but then you see that they don't want it, or maybe they don't know how.
Yeah.
So you always want to check yourself as a leader, or as an owner, or as a mentor to somebody. Like, am I not giving them enough to keep going? And then the real hard part, and you and I've talked about this in length, is when you know you've given them everything, and then they're still not going, but then they bitch about not being able to go.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I've already given you all the water, the snacks, the tools, the backpack is full, your shoes are tied up tight, you got extra pair of socks.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me you can't keep going. You have all the tools. You don't want to go. Mm-hmm. You don't like this journey.
Or you don't believe you're able to get there.
Well, that's a big part of it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so much to talk about, bro. Taking a month off, I feel like I've got all this in my system. I need to
start ranting, rattling about all kind of shit.
8-hour podcast here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to share something. So, like, shout out to Isaac, the wise old sage we have. He said something to me.
Godfather.
You know, I had a really good year last year. It was the best income I've ever made. And Isaac said, he's like, if you made the exact same money you did last year, that would be a huge success. You're still in the 1% of the 1%. And that was a new concept to me, because I always think I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
I think I always have to 2x, 3x, 10x, and then I'm a success. And I'm in this, shout out to Pete, gave me this book. It's called The Relentless Elimination of Hurry. It is blowing my mind.
The relentless elimination of
hurry. And that everything in our world is designed to hurry us up. Mm-hmm. And what's it say? Be not conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it's I just take that as if everyone's going this way, the right path for me is probably the opposite way. Mm-hmm. That's a really easy place to start. If I see everyone going this way, I'm going the other way. And everything is designed to hurry you up. Your phone, our culture. What do we say all the time? How's life? Oh, I'm busy.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You know what I mean? Are you busy just watching Netflix? And I'm looking at my life.
No one's really that fucking busy, by the way.
Exactly. And in the book, he's going through the time it takes of what you could do. The average person, I think, is on social media something like 705 hours a year. Would that make sense of a year? I'm getting the stats wrong. It was an insane amount. And I'm
that makes sense.
Guilty. Though. I'm on there way too much. And I use it as an excuse, I'm winding down. But really, am I? And it's I'm not being intentional. And I feel like you probably resonate with this. I feel like I'm relearning life. I'm 41 now. I don't know if it's a midlife crisis. I don't want to call it that.
We're both going through the same shit.
I'm literally relearning everything. And then I'm I got to give myself grace. I've never been a dad of 3 before. I don't have anything to go off of. I've never been a husband before. I've had businesses, but I was single and I could just hustle. You know what I mean? I never had these constrictions on my time. And so it's how do I navigate this? And it goes back to keep going. It's I've always said you can't steer a parked car. Maybe that's my biggest frustration, is when people are in park and won't move.
Oh, yeah.
It's I can work with anyone.
But they're bitching about not moving when all they have to do is throw it in gear.
I don't know why I'm not here yet.
Yep.
Well, you haven't moved, you know?
Yep.
This is the course correction stuff. I think the first quarter of the year, I've learned a ton. I've learned who I can ride with, who's my freaking ride or die people. And I'm cutting my circle down. It's a SEAL team now. It's not the Army.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to roll. And we're going to figure out what works. I feel like I'm a mini version of what you're going through with the bigger version of B1.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the test dummy.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways of hey, what's really working?
Yeah, for the next wave.
But if this works, man, the world is Scarface. The world is yours.
Yeah.
But it's it always comes back to people. If you have the right people, you surround yourself with the right people, there is no limit.
No.
But it's figuring out who that is the key. And I feel super grateful because I feel like I've found, those people that I can really, really I want you in the foxhole with me. You're protecting my back, I'm protecting yours. I can trust you.
Do you think that when you because what I've found, excuse me, is through the day-to-day, we're really playing defense and offense all day, especially being a father of 3. I'm a father of 3. Mm-hmm. We've got kids, I've got the teenagers, your kids are growing. You have your babies, and it's when the day actually concludes and it's done, right? a lot of the times, and I'm not speaking for you, but I feel like we're on the same page with this. You lay in bed, whatever time that is, whether you doom scrolled or you didn't, whether you looked at a bunch of, and you can doom scroll on Netflix, Hulu, you can doom scroll on Instagram, you can doom scroll on YouTube. You don't, doom scrolling is like whatever platform you're just literally like mindless in, right? And you're not gaining knowledge, you're not gaining business. There's no positive any energy coming from it except to just mute your brain into this mush. And if you get through that little point without falling asleep while doom scrolling or whatever, which has really helped me, is to not fall asleep in the middle of that slump. But then you lay in there with your thoughts, right? Which can be good if your thoughts are what I'm going to tackle tomorrow. What did I accomplish today? Gratitude, prayer, however you're kind of winding down. That's very hard to stay consistent with that. Typically what happens, I'd say 9 out of 10 nights, is I'm laying in bed freaking the fuck out. Right? Like I'm like, I didn't do this. Oh shit, I didn't do that. I didn't accomplish this. I forgot to call her back. Oh my God, taxes. Oh my God, this. Oh shit, his ride tomorrow. Like the day that all the things that I've missed, whether it's because of my lack of organization or I just got pulled in some different directions and just forgetfulness. Like I was organized, but didn't tackle that calendar notification that hit me right on the spot because I was, late to something else or whatever the day brought you. And I lay there and I freak out, right? And a lot of the time, I kind of end up in this place of like prayer, of help me become the guy that you created me to be, right? Because I have to somehow calm this chaos in my head. So I have 30 different things going on, and you will go crazy, and you kind of get in this like state of almost depression that you're not enough, you're not doing enough, no matter how much is going on. So for Isaac to say, it's just Isaac also be just the wisdom in him of being like, don't you understand like what you did last year was enough? And your family and your new house and all these things, like, don't you realize like what you already have is enough? You have big goals, bigger than what it was last year. I have big goals, bigger than what they were last year. So you're constantly tormented because it isn't ever enough. Yeah. Nothing's ever enough because we're not where we feel fulfilled. And I don't even think it's money anymore for either one of us. It's not just cash. It's like your freedom, your time. And so I've really been thinking of success differently, like while I'm going on this journey. Yeah. Because as we're growing, people have been like, you're going in Dallas, there's almost 100 agents here. I've had a few agents in here go like, when is it ever enough, man? And I'm like, well, my mom still works. Not enough. Just start there. Yeah. So there's little things for me, and I think that this has helped me, and maybe it'll help you or whoever's listening, is like, what we have typically is enough, right? We're very, very blessed to be living how we live. We live like kings. We've talked about this before. We really do, right? We can walk out there right now and eat whatever snack we want, right? We can drink as much water as we want. We're healthy. We can run, right? But it's like, man, how do you stay grateful for all that you have and then just kind of keep going? Yeah. Keep going, and then whether you get there quickly or it takes us another decade, right? I mean, I find myself now lately Googling like, what's the average age in the U.S. of when like wealth is accumulated? Well, it's between 43 and 55, or it's and then there's another one that's 47 to then 35 to this if you're in tech. And so the top 3 industries was tech. Interesting, right? The top 3 industries was tech, entrepreneurship with like anything tech related, right? Finance. Yeah. So it was like, tech, finance, investments, hedge funds, and, if you're going to go work for Morgan Stanley or whatever it is. And then number 3 was real estate. But it wasn't selling it. It wasn't being a realtor. It was accumulating assets over time, right? You can make good money using this as like we've always talked about, like the lily pad to jump off onto other things. Like you can earn enough income in real estate to then start investing. Yep. But everything that I was reading was all about number 1, 2, and 3, like tech, finance, and real estate. So we're at least we're in the top 3 of industries that real wealth can be accumulated. And I think where you and I run into a real fucking like really daunting, like is those midlife crises of being 40, being 41, family, all this stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not there yet. And but I also think that that's because of the society we live in.
Yeah.
Dude, when our dads were 40, I wouldn't even think like that. I don't even think they were thinking like that because the world just didn't operate like that. You didn't have all the knowledge of who was making money and who wasn't, right? There wasn't as many people. There wasn't as much stuff. Things weren't moving as fast. And so now here we are at 40 and we're like, man, I'm behind.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Yeah.
We're really not. And it's very hard to go, I'm not. And so I'm just trying, like on this journey for us, everyone's on different levels of the keep going. Right. But we don't have a choice, man. Like I think that finding the industry that you like can see that you're in, I don't think that you and I can go back we can't go into anything else at this stage. Like, man, that's like almost suicide to be like, all right, I'm going to go into this now. No.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take a decade to be a pro there, So I don't know, man. It's a lot, and I think that a lot of people are going through what we're all going through is the societal depression. It's not even our fault. It's all the shit on TV. It's every podcast that with all these guys that have put in the time.
Yeah,
every guy we love, dude, put in time. Tony Robbins has been going since he was like a teenager.
Yeah, 19.
You know what I'm saying? So it's also, if you're going to compare yourself, if I'm going to compare myself, we should compare ourselves to and really look at like, that guy was a stand-up comedian for 17 years before that Netflix special. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He didn't get on Netflix till he was 44.
It's making me think what I kicked the year off with of like how to set your year up and how to set goals. And I talked about preaching to the choir again, like you've got to measure backwards. Like you can't measure forwards because then you're going to always see the gap. Like you need to know where you're going. You need to set the direction, but then like look back and it's like, oh man, I have really grown. Like what I have in the pipeline, this and that. And I'm just referring to business, but even like spiritually and family and all those different areas of life, like I'm growing. I know you are. Like I see it in you.
Yeah.
Like it might not be like you don't see yourself growing every day, but that's why you mark your kid's height on the wall so you can look back and be like
1%, dude.
Yeah. And that's like I think gratification. This book, man, it's blowing my mind too. He talks about how like
say the title one more time.
The Relentless Elimination of Hurry.
Relentless Elimination of Hurry. Okay.
Yeah. Let me just make sure I got that right. But one of the things he talks about is in the 70s, they were predicting that we would only have to work like 2 hours a week or something like that because technology was going to harness so much that we could get our time back. But it's actually gone the opposite way where we're working more, call it inflation or all that other stuff. But it's like, it's really interesting. The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer.
Okay.
Comer. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But I don't recommend many books anymore, but it's like when one really hits, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are we in such a hurry? And I could say I'm guilty of that most of my life. And it's like, I thought I had learned this lesson. I get here and I'm like, man, I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I want to make this. I want to do this. And like, yeah, that's good. Like it keeps me going. But then I find this sense of dissatisfaction. And I had a good talk with one of our colleagues yesterday, and she was talking about how like she's this and that and like going through a challenging time. And I was like, you don't know how to say no. You're saying yes to too many things, and that's why you're dealing with this. And it made me think for myself, like every time I give advice, it's usually because I need to hear it.
That's so easy.
And I'm like, dang
I love giving advice.
Yeah. Yeah. Quit smoking.
Yeah.
You light up a cigarette.
Wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, what do I need to say no to?
Yeah.
And when you say no to something, it's mean you're saying yes to something else, and vice versa. When you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else.
Right.
And it's like, I think it comes back to the keep going piece is like, you got to know where you're going first and foremost. But then it's like being like crystal clear and like, like I remember one of my, the church I used to go to in Chicago, the uncle of the pastor of that church, he was Joel Osteen's pastor and would like travel with him to see the Pope and everyone. Like Joel Osteen is arguably one of the most influential people in that range. Like, I don't know too many people who don't know who he is, right? Mm-hmm. And the one thing he said that really struck me, he said, you would be shocked how many things Joel says no to, like really good opportunities or really good things, but he knows where he's going. He's crystal clear on it. So he's able to say, nope, this doesn't serve me. This isn't taking us in the direction. And I feel like as you get success, the distractions come more, and they can be really good. And that's one thing I'm getting back. I'm like, I feel like my life is super boring. Like, I don't really do much of any, like, everyone's like, what's going on? I'm selling houses and raising kids.
That's it.
And getting some workouts in between.
That's it.
But I also think that's part of the key. Like, the trap is that it's going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
It's not sexy, right?
No, man, it's
like,
so boring.
the gym isn't sexy, just
No.
going out every day. But like, the result is, you know, the confidence you feel when you take your shirt off at the beach or whatever it is, you know, like, it's the reward you're working for, not the journey.
It's funny, you know, talking through this because, like, you know, the whole get 1% better, you know, motto we've been saying in here. You know, when Mikey said it the first time of like be 1% better, and that's what the B1, and we were on the plane, and it was like, I'm like, I can get behind that. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't because of like the cliche of, it was like these weird little things that we do every day, and like not even at work. There's stuff, of course, you can relate to work, the meetings, the repetitiveness of certain things, the calls, the certain conversations that just are on. You could literally just hit record and hand the phone to some young agent, like, we've already had this conversation, whatever. But like in life, what really resonated with me with the be 1% better was the journey I've taken with sobriety. And again, just to be clear, it's not like I was like this just person who was like in alleyways doing drugs. Like, it was destroying the way I felt, my clarity and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm looking at my exercise, and I'm like, wow, I could get definitely a little more detailed there. But then when you really look at your exercise of really becoming better, it's the stuff that's not sexy. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you got to get in the pool once a week. But instead of just swimming, here's what you have to do, and you'll progress into this. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, if you actually go get in the pool, you're alone, right? You're not, I mean, I don't care. I don't know what you've got for music, but I don't have any.
Yeah.
So now you're in your head, right? There's a 99% chance that you suck in the water because you're just not a swimmer. So you're tiring out quickly. And you're like, wow, this is a hell of a journey to swim. Mm-hmm. Then you really look at what your cardio schedule should be. And it's like, well, no, every day, man, you do 10-minute walk to get your heart rate up. Mm-hmm. Then you need to do like a little dynamic stretch. Then you should probably do a good 20 to 25 minutes of cardio in zone 2. Then go train. Your body as a 40-year-old, now you're completely set up, and you're burning fat fast. You're fasted, fat burning, you know. And if you do this for like 3, 4, 5 days, you know, depending on what your fitness goals are, maybe you're not doing cardio like that. Maybe you're getting 3 days like this, but say you're even doing 3 days. It is really hard. Mm-hmm. Not because you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. It's so boring.
Yeah.
It is so boring. But now all of a sudden, I don't know when I started this with him. I'm probably about 3 solid weeks into like the cardio side, which I despise. If I'm not doing what we did on the incline, I can't. But there's a reason. It's because I'm always in a hurry. If I'm not going crazy on something, I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
If I'm not going all in and just like feeling wrecked afterwards, I don't feel like I made any progress. Mm-hmm. So the be 1% better really stemmed down to like these weird little like progressions with your body of like, if you really want to transform your body inside and out, mobility, flexibility, strength, physique, everything, you can't. This is going to be a long time. Matter of fact, forever. And
until you die.
And so you have to put these milestones of like year, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year goals of yourself of like truly living longer. And it wasn't until I started doing the cardio that I'm like, it's like reading. It's something that you're just like, oh, for guys like us, it's like, this is stupid, dude. Now I'm like, I see what he's talking about. And I can see the results starting to come a little bit more, and I'm feeling different.
Yeah.
I'm feeling more healthy. I'm recovering differently. and I'm sleeping differently. My energy is a little different. I'm okay with jumping on there and that 25, 30 minutes going by before I ever even touch like what I thought were the results side of my fitness.
Yep.
But I'm only 3 weeks into this, and I'm like, I know what he's talking about. And so to be 1% better, it's these long journeys. That's why it has to be 1%. And the 1% could be per year.
Yeah.
Per quarter. Not every day. Like you try to be 1% better every day, but that's just showing up and keep on going.
Yeah.
That it's so hard. And that's why I think you and I, when we're on here, the one message I would like to stay consistent with is if you can conquer your morning, what you can control, if you can conquer your morning and your exercise routine, things will start coming together.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm battling. I was literally just praying on this, like, you got to help me with the food. I'm surrendering. I don't want to eat like shit. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I even like, just give me a little strength. I don't usually ask for stuff. I'm just like, just give me a little more discipline to not eat the cookie that's left on the counter by my son, to not have the pizza that I know that their friends are wanting to have, to not go to In-N-Out because the family's super excited on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And if I end up in that place, I saw the dude that was all jacked eating the lettuce wrap burger in there. And I'm like, I'm not getting that shit. So I'm going.
Yeah.
If I'm here, I'm doing it, so.
It's just like those little decisions, bro.
It is.
Like for me,
the
one
compound.
thing I've started getting back to, I had all these like little nagging things here and there. I'm like, I'm not stretching and foam rolling every day like I used to. And my coach Reggie's always said, like, your training ground was football. And like I got to the cusp of the NFL when I just showed up and was 1% every day. Showed up and had fun and just like went out and balled. And then as soon as I started checking my stats, thinking I'm on the verge, I tried to change everything up and supercharge it, and then I got injured. And so it's like injuries are actually a gift. And like I haven't been able to run in like a year now. Got this nerve issue with my foot.
Which like, you pushed through on that incline, because I was like, dude, how's your foot as we were running?
I mean,
like, it hurts like hell.
It's just like, it's weird. And I actually found out what's going on. I tore a ligament in it like in high school probably. So like the bone is moving. So long story short, that can be fixed. But like I had to do something different to get a result. Like I had to go, I couldn't just push through it. Like I had to actually go get therapy on it. Like I believe like God could heal you in an instant. Like I 100% believe in the power of prayer. Like I believe we should. Like boom, you're healed. And I've seen that happen. But I also believe like you have to start like partnering with it. So like you have to start acting healed. And like for me, like I started biking, low impact, like running. If I run, like I ran an ultra, like it just broke me down. It didn't feel good at all. Like I felt terrible. It tanks your testosterone, all this other stuff. But when I bike, I feel like I can go like play with my kids or go hoop or like do something like right after that. Like it energizes me. And so I'm like, we'll get back to things that energize me. And it's like, that's something I can do that's like not 4 hours. It's like I can get a 6 mile ride in like 40 minutes. And I'm like, my heart rate's jacked.
Wow.
And like to me that's like a super, like I'm out in nature, I'm able to think, process, and I just feel like a better person.
Yep.
But like I'm with you, bro. It's like this journey isn't sexy, but it's like you got to commit to these little things. And I know for me, like talking about morning routine, I used to be so big on that. I've gotten lax, and I'm calling myself out here on like the evenings. I've been like falling asleep to like YouTube videos and stuff, and then I notice like I'm not waking up feeling refreshed. So like I know I need to be more disciplined with that stupid thing and just put it away. And like
it's so hard.
And then it's like
I don't care who you are.
Well, you get this dopamine hit, but also when your business runs through it, it's like you're addicted to this thing like 24/7, And I believe it's very intentional. Like there's
it is.
There's not an accident.
Dopamine.
Oh, no doubt.
Right.
So,
it tricks your natural dopamine.
Yeah.
So it's harder for us to find joy in little things, because we're getting cheap, free dopamine everywhere.
Yeah.
Like hits of it constantly, the food, the social media, the Netflix, DoorDash, and it's little stuff. You get a hit of dopamine knowing you're on Instacart and you don't have to go to the grocery store. Mm-hmm. That relief.
Amazon.
Yeah. Right? So the world is set up for you to basically just be this like lazy pile of shit.
Dude, I have this weird desire.
It's crazy.
Like, I would love to, like, been thinking a lot about this. Like, I preach freedom all the time. I want freedom. I want freedom for myself, freedom for my clients. But I'm like, what actually is freedom? Like, what is it for me? And like, I've gotten to this place of like, okay, is it I out earn my expenses? No. Well, then I still got to keep producing. That's slavery to production. Okay, is it once my investments outweigh my income, right? So then I don't have to produce anymore. My expenses are all, yeah, I'm working towards that. I believe that's part of it, right? But like, is it like selling everything I have? Like I just saw this guy on Instagram. He sold everything, liquidated his 401k and bought a boat. Now he just sells around the world. Like I'm kind of subtly jealous of that. Mm-hmm. Like, is that freedom? Is it buying land and being self-sustaining to where like I sell all my insurance and all this and I don't need to produce anymore? Just I'm self-sustaining. I got cows and chickens and, gardens, But then I'm like, am I helping anyone? Is that what I'm called to do? I'm called to be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, right? So then that's not really freedom. But like, it's a head knowledge. It's not a heart knowledge yet for me. It's like, I think true freedom is just being so tied into the source that the relentless elimination of hurry, but also worry. Like that where like, I trust so much in my creator that like, I just don't have any time for worry. Like it's just not even part of my life. I think it's a working formula, I guess.
It is.
Or hypothesis I'm going for right now.
I used to be a warrior, like a really bad, to the point of like I would get ill.
Dude, like my chest, it literally would feel like it was like caving in. It's the only way I can describe it. Live with that for years.
Dude, I get like physically sick from worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like every scenario, like, and you cannot serve two masters, right? You either love one and hate the other. Like you can't be in worry and trust at the same time. Likewise, you can't be in trust and worry at the same time. So it's like the prayer isn't, oh, can I have more faith? It's like, no, like eliminate my doubt. And I don't know, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
Eliminate my doubt.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, it's as we're on here and we talk and different things like that. It's like, there's so much I think that both of us always want to say, and I think as we grow this, sorry, dude, I'm getting over this like weird, I'm not contagious, but I mean, it's this like weird thing that keeps
I don't
coughing.
believe you'd send it to me anyway, so it's all good.
It's all good. You're sick if I'm contagious. So are you, bro. I'm sorry. I don't think I am though. And it's hard because I really do want to cater to an audience, but like, I really like don't care that much. Like I want to. I'm getting to a point where what I'm trying to say is I'm getting to a point where, like, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of like a brutal truth. Like, because I think you and I and others we're surrounded with are definitely called to serve others. But I think because of the way the world is set up, we're not serving them the way that they need. We're serving them the way that their parents do. Do you know what I mean? Like when they ask, they receive. They need your time, they get it. They need my time, they get it.
Yeah.
They want more leads, they get it. They want better price points, they usually get it. They want help with this, they get it. They want to cancel, it's okay. You want to reschedule, all good. There's not this like line.
There's not a standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's not this, but we have the standards. We know them. Isaac coaches it all the time. We have this list of expectation and standards that we really want. But then as soon as they get into the real world of real estate, this is god awful, just horrible culture of like work-life balance versus like life-work blend. You need to go all the time if you want success, and it just ends up, everyone just ends up tripping and falling. I was just sitting here thinking as you were talking of the conversations that really do need to be had with people are definitely that of the grace and love, but also like time out, like no more lying. You put 30 on here that you wanted to do this. I don't believe you. I'm here. You're here. They're here. I want you to erase the number. And I'm not being a dick. I don't want to be rude. This isn't what you're wanting to do. Because you haven't shown, like, I'm struggling as a leader, as a mentor right now, because I don't know if they can handle the tough love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they can handle the, like, you're not cutting it, but also see the grace out of like the honesty.
Yeah.
You know, you and I go have a conversation with, you know, you talk to Reggie or Isaac or whatever, and I talk to you or Mikey or my dad or whoever's in my life and they can hit you with like you're fucking up, dude. And you're like, damn. And you go and you reassess. Today's society, they're just not built for the real feedback. You know, like, hey, you're fucking up. You need to get better. You need to do this. You need to do that. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because I love you.
Yeah.
They don't hear the is because I love you part.
Yeah.
They hear you're fucking up. You're dumb. You're slow. You can't do this. You can't do that. And they get into this like rut of like, I'm never going to be enough. And they kick the dirt and they leave and they'll never recover from it.
Yeah.
So there's this like constant coddling in this world that we're in now. Whereas like when we were grown, like I can't even imagine how your coaches were in football.
Yeah.
You might as well have been in the fucking Marine Corps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and the people that I grew up with, it was like, hey bro, you want this or not? Because like so-and-so's out selling you right now or out working you right now.
Yeah.
Or this event's coming. It's going to be bigger than your fitness show or this.
Yeah.
There's a level of pride and like willingness to do things that you have to have. But I do think that there's people we're not pulling it out of because we are like coddling. We are like, oh, I can't say that to him.
I think,
you know,
like what I was just looking up was like the concept of like truth with love. Like if you have truth without love, then that breeds just animosity, right? I'm better than you. You need to do this, right? But if you just have love, then it's like, okay, little Jimmy, you got
That's
this, right? It has to be a blend of both.
It does.
And I've been thinking back a lot, like just kind of the concept of like getting back to the basics. Like going back to football, I showed up every day. I practiced hard. I took every rep at 100%. I didn't go 70 sometimes. I didn't go 30 sometimes. I didn't go 100 when I felt good. No, I just showed up and did that. And when I kept that focus of being present, that was great. When I lost that focus, I got off that train, you know, and I got injured and all this other stuff. Last year, had that focus. Just show up, have fun, serve. And I had the best year of my life. This year, I've gotten kind of sidetracked and like, I got to help this person, this. And then I got to go be this big agent. I got this big deal. So I'm going to do all big deals now, as opposed to just like, no. They're all the same. I'm showing up as me, whether it's a $200,000 home or a $2 million home. Like I lost that a little bit. And it's like getting back to the basics. But I think where the person we were talking about earlier, it's a lot of truth without love. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you've got to have emotional, like the relationship ATM. You've got to put deposits in an ATM before you take withdrawals out. If you're constantly taking withdrawals, that's where I feel like I've messed up with my group. Is like I've been depositing a lot, and or I've been withdrawing, and I feel like my bank account's empty here, where it's like it's not being reciprocated, you know. But it's my fault because I haven't taught that, and I also haven't held the standard. So it's like always telling the truth with love.
Yeah.
You know, they have to be together, you know? And if they're not, that's when people get upset.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like, look, I'm telling you this because I love you. I want the best for you, but you got to go because this isn't the right place for you. This is the best thing for you. Or, you know, you got to step your game up because you're not holding yourself to what you said you wanted to do. So I think that's the key. Like as you were talking, it's like it's got to be truth with love.
Yeah.
There's no doubt you love everyone here, bro.
Yeah.
But I think you're feeling drained too because your relationship
I just see
ATM
the
is
potential in everyone, and they're not. It's the hardest thing in the world is to see someone's potential that they don't see.
Yep.
Like, how do I see this? You don't see it. So it's that the next level, and I think we've even talked about this before. The next level is trying to figure out how to pull that potential out of the ones that actually it's going to work, and the ones that, and being honest along the way. So the ones that are like, I don't want you to pull it out. It just won't work. But that's, I feel like the next phase of our business is really seeing the people with the potential.
Yeah.
And us figuring out a very, very direct, kind way of pulling it out. Like, hey, I love you. I respect you. I've been here for you. But here's what's behind you that you're just leaving on the ground. And if I'm going to help you pick all those pieces up, you got to get with the shits, buddy.
It's like Mike Tomlin with the Steelers. Like the standard is the standard.
Yeah.
Championships is the standard.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, unacceptable.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. It's like John Maxwell says, like everything rises and falls on leadership.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part about stepping into leadership because it's like,
It's
dang,
not sexy.
well, that mirror.
Yeah.
If there's something wrong, it's me.
Yep.
So it's that constant journey of 1% and keep going.
Yep.
So
exactly. I love it, man.
yeah, let's wrap this one, bro.
Right on.
Yeah, it's good
Thank
to be
you
back
so
on track.
much. Yes, sir.
Grateful for you, bro.
You too, brother.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you
is
so
fun,
much.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I love
so
it, man.
This is a podcast to help you be 1% better every day.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
start focusing on the journey, not the destination. And like always, I'm preaching to the choir.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Yep. Peace.
Peace out.
Later.